Hey everyone, this podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts at patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
PROPHECast is produced by Bobgrenville. Thank you, Bob. Hey, folks. Welcome to PROPHECast.
Oh, man, it's the PROPHECast. It's the only podcast about the film series The Prophecy.
Yeah, it's definitely the only podcast series that covers the fourth prophecy film, I imagine. Not going to look it up.
Now, I'm not going to look it up either, but I suspect that has to be true.
Yeah. I'm one of your hosts, David Bell.
I'm a second host, Tom Ryman.
And just a shout out to our Patreon producer, Bobgrenville. Thank you very much for making this happen.
Yes.
I don't know why you wanted to do this, but
I'm not sure why either, but here we are.
Yeah, here we are at the Prophecy Uprising, the straight-to-video fourth prophecy.
They have all been straight to video except for the first one.
2005. You could never know it by looking at the effects.
Nope.
2005, The Prophecy Uprising, a film I'm guessing no one listening to this saw. If you're interested, it's on Hulu and HBO Max for free. Or, well, for the price of having those services. It is a bad film. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, it's safe to say it's a bad film, but again, like every other movie in this series, it like oddly keeps my attention.
Yes. I do want to talk about that.
I am invested in this dumb as hell mythology.
It's also not badly made. I didn't think. Well, it's not amazingly made. But, like, for example, when that guy has the jump scare with the dead body, I was like, oh, good jump scare.
That got me, yeah.
Yeah, and, like, there's a few shots where I was like, that's a good shot. I shouldn't say it's, like, well-made or, like, a good. It's just, like, it's trying.
It is trying. And this is a movie, because it is so low budget, I can't even imagine what the score was. I mean, it is both filmed in and set in Romania.
Yeah, I was about. They could not afford
Los Angeles.
That said, Romania makes more sense for this series.
The story they made for this movie made a lot of sense for it to be in Romania. I did not hate the story of this movie.
Right. Also, just like why.
Why would the Garden of Eden in LA? Why would the Garden of Eden be in Los Angeles?
Romania, it just made more sense. This is the first one without Christopher Walken, which they don't have Walken to carry us through it, and it does. You can feel it.
Yeah,
I have a neat observation about this, and I just looked up the dates to make sure. I didn't know when this was made, and I assumed it was made after the BBC Sherlock series. Because this guy is a fucking discount Sherlock.
This guy is like, he's half Sherlock, and he's half like Supernatural.
Yes.
Like he's almost Jared Padalecki.
Right, and he has a very Sherlock-y tone to him, and then the cop that's going around with him, they kind of have Sherlock Watson moments.
Yes, they do.
And this came 5 years before the BBC miniseries. So, I don't know. Maybe Sherlock creator was like, prophecy, nabbing that.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for.
Yeah, because I figured they had come out around the same time and this movie was trying to be Sherlock. And then I realized, no.
No, this is much earlier.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is
in point of fact,
Eastern European.
I think one of the actors in this movie was in Sherlock.
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. I don't know who.
Yes. Okay. The first woman that the demon Belial possesses was in Sherlock.
But this guy is like, he's like bro Sherlock. He's got a little bro.
A little bit.
Yeah, this is about, okay. This is not about angels. This is about demons.
Yes.
Which makes sense of a direction to go in with this.
Yeah.
It starts with like a dirty cop who does knife pranks on scumbag.
On scumbag drug dealers. He steals their money and he gives it to a church collection plate.
We see that the angel is like watching. And the end, by the way, or not angel. We think it's an angel.
We think
it's
an
demon.
angel. It's a guy named, it's not a demon.
Well, he's like an angel demon. What is he?
He's Satan.
He's Satan?
He's Satan.
Wait, that was Satan?
Yes.
I missed that.
It's in it's kind of a rushed reveal in that last scene.
Yeah, apparently. I blinked and missed it.
Yeah, no, he is Satan.
Okay. Well, that I have a lot more questions now. I mean, I already had questions, but now I'm like, huh. Yeah. So he's the big guy.
He's the devil, yeah. You remember in the last scene is like they're in that haunted house. Yes. And he's like, well, look, this place where like this actually wasn't a bad idea. He's like, this is where the communist government fell and a lot of people were either executed, murdered, or killed themselves on this spot. A lot of evil was carried out here. So he says it de facto became my domain.
Got it.
And then
that's his domain. Is it just like any place that something like that happens?
It's part of his domain. They say something like they use the phrase hell on earth, but they say it in a cheeky way. It's essentially it's an evil place, so he has control over it.
It's like in a video game like Assassin's Creed where you kill a base, and then they're like, you now have that area. Like you now have...
It's more like Far Cry, but yeah.
Far Cry, yeah, thank you. Far Cry is a better comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that checks out.
Yeah, and then Belial calls him Satan in that last scene.
Oh, okay.
But he calls him like you lazy, like once glorious Satan. Now you actually care about these things or something.
All right, so we're chilling. Like we're chilling with Satan,
right? Like our guy, like the guy that our characters are going to for help, is the devil.
Yeah, he's the hero,
kind of,
or one of the heroes.
yeah.
That's interesting.
He's the cool character in this movie.
Yeah. Well, he has they do one moment, and this felt very Sherlock, where there's a crowd of people and they're in a car, and he goes to the cop. He's like, just run him over.
Yeah. And
he's like, they're not sheep, and he's like I feel like we're splitting hairs here. He says something like that.
Yeah.
Where and that felt like a very like a demonish thing to say.
There's a couple of moments like when he's leaning on his car. He's leaning on the cop's car, and he tries to speed off, but his car stalls out like 15 feet away. So he just walks up to the car, and it's like, you need some help.
Yeah. It's interesting because I don't think of Satan as having that much contempt or not understanding humans. Like, to quote the Bible, I'm a fan of man, right? That's a Satan quote.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this movie doesn't really have that. Like, this movie doesn't really have that aspect of like the angels not understanding the human world or how things work in the human world. Like, he's very in tune. Like, he's masquerading as an Interpol agent.
I'm trying to wait till we get to the next section.
Oh, right. I forgot we have.
We're technically in the holy text.
I forgot we have sections.
Yeah, we're in the holy text.
You didn't introduce the section, Dave.
I mean, who gives a shit? We all right.
It's
we're in the holy text,
4, baby.
Yeah. So I just wanted to talk about the plot. So like this, I just want to note this whole conversation started with me wanting to say that Satan has the same POV vision as the snake in Anaconda. Mm-hmm. Like Satan and Anaconda have the same like the POV.
Yeah, only it's blue tinted.
Right. So we got the schlubby cop.
Well, hang on. Let me speaking of Anaconda.
Okay.
Did you happen to notice who the lead actress is?
Is she an Anaconda?
She's an Anaconda.
Who is she in Anaconda?
She's the one that John Voight calls Little Bird. She's,
really?
She's Owen Wilson's girlfriend. She's the one that John Voight chokes to death with his legs.
Okay, I was about to ask, how did she die?
With his powerful John Voight thighs.
Oh my god. What a fucking movie that is.
Oh, hell yeah.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
I just figured I'd never seen any of these people and would never see them ever again.
You've definitely seen the lead schlubby cop is Sean Pertwee. He was in Event Horizon. He's in crap. It's not Apocalypse. It's
I'll look him up. That guy looked he was in Equilibrium. Dog Soldiers.
Dog Soldiers, yep.
Yeah, he's got some shit. He's got some shit.
Yeah,
here.
whatever that Neil Marshall movie was that was about like road cannibals and like the end of the world.
Okay. And then Bro Satan, he's just done a lot of I mean, you'll be happy to know he's in the next movie too.
Oh yeah.
So we haven't seen the last of Satan.
No,
wow,
I'm glad. I enjoyed him.
Yeah, I did. I have to say, kind of a downgrade from the original.
Well, of course.
Yeah, these movies progressively, like the last one, we had Brad Dourif, and we're like, okay.
He's barely.
Yeah, but it's like it's something. And this one, it's just like, yeah, you got the lady from Anaconda.
You got the lady from Anaconda and like Jason London in hologram form.
Yeah. Is that who that was?
Uh-huh.
I have questions about that as well.
Okay.
So
we'll get to it.
Yeah. So there's a book. The priest is like, "Show me the end of the world," and then it does.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, "Oh, neat." And then he dies, and like, there's the lady who like loves church, her church work. She's like, "I can stay," and he's like, "No, go home." She's like, "Ah, damn it."
I mean, I think she's like a theology student.
Yeah, that checks out. She seems to have mental health issues or a background in that. We don't really know, but she can hear an angel, and it doesn't seem weird. Like, it's not like when we first hears the angel, it didn't feel like it was the first time.
They make reference to it. He says, this time you need to listen to the voices in your head, so it's not clear if he's been talking to her the whole time or if she's genuinely like has some schizophrenia and it's just now somebody really is talking to her. I don't know. It's unclear.
She gets the book, and then a demon arrives, and I'll get to. I kind of want to gloss over the arrival of the demon to the movie because I have a lot of questions about that.
Mm-hmm.
But a demon shows up, and the demon has the power to jump from body to body like the movie Fallen.
Yes.
But messier.
Really grossly, yeah.
Yeah, because it like mouth to mouth rips out heart.
Mm-hmm.
And so the demon and the he says he's from what is it? He says he's an agent of some kind. The devil. Interpol.
He says he's an Interpol agent, yeah.
Interpol agent.
Named John Reigert, and I can't...
Yeah.
I was sitting there, once they revealed he's the devil, I was trying to figure out if there was some kind of anagram or some kind of meaning in his name, and so far, I can't figure one out.
That's fair. So, on one side, there's
other than John Milton, who wrote Paradise Lost.
Sure. But it's just John.
It's
That's
just
the
John,
only.
Yeah, but like John's a very common biblical name, so it's like okay,
Mm.
I don't know. I thought there might be something there, but no.
I don't think they're that clever, or maybe they are.
His name was like John Satan.
John Satan. Hello, I am John Satan,
I'm
human
John
being.
Satan.
Yeah. So John Satan. The one side is this John Satan and the schlubby cop. And they went we learn. I guess I'm just skipping ahead. We learn that these two characters are brother and sister, and also go to the same church. Did I get that correctly?
Yes.
Okay, that's a hell of a coincidence.
Well, they're separated brother and sister.
Yes.
Separated.
Yeah, that should be noted.
Separated as very young children.
And they're just going to the same church.
Going to the same church, yeah. Living in the same hometown in Romania.
Yeah. So. John Satan and Schlubby Cop are on one side, and then the lady in the book are on the other side, and Schlubby Cop and John Satan are trying to find her, but so is this demon that can jump through
bodies.
people, which isn't a bad idea.
No, it's fine. It has a couple of cool moments associated with it. Like when he kills the one dude in the bathroom, and he's just like slumped over the sink, and there's blood everywhere, and his heart's in the sink. That's kind of dope.
Oh yeah.
When he drops the heart on that little girl's plate after he loses the woman in the crowd.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
And we learned that this book is basically like the sports almanac in Back to the Future.
Yeah, they call it the lexicon, but yeah, it's Biff's sports almanac.
It tells how the book we learn, and I have questions about this too, but we learned that the Book of Revelations wasn't complete, and this is how it'll all end. And everybody wants their hands on it.
That's been in the other movies. That there was an additional book to the Bible.
Okay. And they all want their hands on it, as Satan explains, because like people want to know which side to bet on. I know he doesn't mean literally, but it was just like, is that it?
Basically,
like it's not like the Ark of the Covenant, or like it doesn't shoot lasers at God. It's just like, yeah, they'll just know how it ends.
Basically, yeah, like apparently God is going to declare a winner in the book.
Yeah, and then I guess that's how they can win the war, by being, again, like Sports Almanac, where God will declare a winner, but also like how, I assume, so they'll know how to change things.
I guess.
I don't know why God isn't dropping this thing like worldwide. I don't know why it's such an underground thing.
Why isn't he just doing the U2 thing and uploading it to everyone's iPhones?
Right. Also, I'll just ask this question now, because I guess it applies to the other ones. What the fuck's God's problem? Because I
don't know.
They started writing Revelations, and then they're like, I'll get back to it. And then he just like, where is he? Why is it taking him so long?
Waits for eons. I don't know. He's a real piece of shit in these movies.
He's the fucking George R. R. Martin of Bibles.
He's a real pain in the ass in these movies.
It's been
He's not doing anything.
Yeah.
To stop these angels from just doing whatever.
Finishing his book.
Yeah, like what do you...
It's fucking weird.
You have cops up there or something? What are you doing about all these people running around? What's up?
Yeah.
What are you doing, man?
So, Hallucin Angel tells this woman more or less to go to this old house, and it's the house where, we've learned that these two siblings were split up. The cop, Schlubby Cop, when he was a kid, he turned his parents into the communists, who really murdered them.
Yes, turbo murdered them.
Yeah. And then they all like killed themselves. And so it's an evil place. And so they all go there. There's a showdown where the demon shows up, can't do anything because it's Satan's house, and wants the book and tries to get her to give him the book.
Mm-hmm.
And then Schlubby Cop has a good idea. He's like, I'll shoot you and shoot myself, and much like the movie Fallen, you'll have nobody to go inside of.
Mm-hmm. That's the idea.
Yeah. And then he shoots the demon, doesn't shoot himself. I think because he's like, well, it's suicide. And I think the writer didn't want that. But I was thinking, like, fucking shoot yourself, buddy. And then it jumps into him, and then the sister shoots him. And it's like, oh, not suicide. And then we could have had a demon pigeon at this point, but we don't.
Right, he could have jumped in that pigeon.
Yeah, and instead he jumps in Satan, and Satan's like, he's inside of me now, it's fine.
Yeah, I have absorbed him.
Yeah. Oh, and I also forgot the chat room. I guess this is a next section, but the cop goes on like an angel chat room.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what that was?
I think so. I think it was AOL.
Okay, did you notice that his screen name was ACOP?
Was A Cop.
It's like, oh, I hope you're not going undercover. Also, he gets the message back, all angels are terrifying, which is like the new all cops are bastards.
Yeah.
AAAT.
Yeah, all angels are terrifying, bro.
Yeah.
Defund heaven.
Defund heaven. That's anything to add about just what the movie was?
Nope, you pretty much nailed it.
All right, let's get into what the hell.
Yeah.
This is where we have questions.
Yeah.
I want to talk about how the demon shows up.
Please do. Yeah, because I kind of don't remember.
Okay, so the demon shows up, and they show a woman walking out of like work or something.
Right. Okay. Yes.
And she's walking through the park, and a woman is being attacked by dogs.
By like 3 feral dogs in the middle of a public park.
And she's like, "Help! Help!" And then the woman goes to help, and then the woman getting attacked is the dogs kind of run off, and the woman getting attacked is like, "Ha ha!" And it's the demon, and the demon goes into the woman. Now, first of all, if you want to make a villain scary, don't introduce them to see them being terrorized by terriers, like a small group of dogs. Well, they're like, "I can't handle this."
Those were its dog. That was a trap.
Okay, well then that's my second question. So it's the demon's dogs.
Yeah, there's a whole thing about like hellhounds and shit.
But the dogs never show back up.
They do. There's a couple of moments like when John Satan is driving around with Schlubby.
The dogs are watching.
And the dogs are watching, yeah.
But those are just everyday dogs.
Right, but the implication is there.
Okay, so are all dogs demons?
I think all dogs can be influenced by demons, yes, at least in this mythology. Okay,
that's what's going on. Because all right, so the demon worked a grift with the local dogs.
Yeah,
say, "Hey, dogs."
Recruited some mangy-ass feral dogs.
And said, "You pretend to attack me, and I'll scream and cry, and then I'll take this person." Now, why?
Don't know. I honestly don't know why it changes bodies.
Yeah, that was where I was leading to as well.
There's no reason for it to change multiple bodies other than for like a cool mechanic.
Or to like infiltrate. But like, for example, she's a young woman in the park getting attacked by dogs, and she goes into the body of another young woman in the park.
Yeah, they're both. You can't really make it out because her clothes are all torn up. But the woman who's being attacked, who's secretly the demon, they're wearing the same uniform. Like they're both either nurses or housekeepers.
Right.
They're wearing the same. So she made a lateral. The demon makes a lateral move here. Honestly, every
using
time
dogs for no reason that I can tell.
Like, why do this elaborate?
That's why I was assuming the dogs were legit attacking.
No,
because I was like, there's no other reason for this to be happening.
No,
other than the demon being an actual danger.
Right. No, that's a scene that that feels like a scene that they conceived of that would this would be kind of cool, but then they forgot to make it make sense.
Yeah. So,
like if it was doing that to lure a specific person who was in a position of power or who had a station, like you said, to infiltrate, then it would have made sense.
Right.
But it just
I don't know what. Yeah.
It just kind of the demon just randomly jumps into different bodies at seemingly random points. Like there's no rhyme or reason to when it changes a body, why it needs to change a body, why it's picking one body over another body. It just kind of does it.
Also, why pull out hearts?
That's unclear.
They say something like it's the engine of the soul. They say some bullshit like that.
Yeah.
And the demon isn't eating them. We see it plop it on the plate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just leaving the scene. There's John Satan has a line after they're in the interrogation room with the demon when he's in the one body where he has a seizure and throws up all over the place.
And then throws up a bat.
He says something like Schlubby Cop says to him, it's like, why did you have to do that? Because John Satan ripped the guy's heart out after he threw up the demon. And he's like, you don't want to see. He says something like, you don't want to see a soul where a body where the soul has left.
Right. You think that the Satan, the demon, wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah, why would that's the thing is I would get it because it's so the way he phrases it, it's like a mercy killing.
Yeah,
because it's just this soulless husk now, and Lord knows what that would be. Maybe it's like a real problem, and that's why he's doing it. But the way he phrases it is that it's like a mercy, and it's like why does Satan care?
Yeah, maybe it's like creepers. It's maybe like creepers in Minecraft where they detonate. And it's like, look, evil or good, it's just a problem.
Right, exactly. Like I was saying, maybe it's just a real problem when there is a soulless husk running around.
So we should talk about Satan's powers and the demon's powers. The demon can, at one point, sticks a finger in somebody's mouth and kills them?
Yeah, well, no.
What's happening there?
She like makes the lady see some crazy ass visions. Yeah,
but then the lady seems to die, or is she just comatose?
Unclear. It looks like she just kind of collapses. Yeah,
right. But yeah, okay. So finger in the mouth power, the mouth possession.
Yeah,
not bat out of mouth power.
Not thumb in the mouth, sadly. Not
thumb in the mouth. Yeah. Who has the power to make it cold? Is that Satan or the demon?
That's Satan.
It happens. Okay, so Satan has cold. Has frost powers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got a question about Satan's ability to know when a phone will ring.
Oh, I don't know.
There's a scene in this where there's a cell phone, and Satan goes cell phone, and he's like, "What?" And then the cell phone rings.
Mm-hmm.
He also knows when a junkie will die. He gives him the coin and says he'll be dead of an overdose in the next 3 hours. Right?
Yes.
Now, this is a question we've had many, many times.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's what he doesn't know. Where the sister is. He says, we need to find your sister in like the same scene where he knows when the phone's going to ring.
Mm-hmm.
So why is he psychic? Does he know the future?
I don't know, because he shows the sister the future in the end.
Right. So how does he not know where the sister is?
Don't know.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense.
Okay. It doesn't. I
think Walken did similar things in the previous movies.
Yeah. Famously, the Angels had a lot of trouble finding people in the other ones too.
Mm-hmm.
But then they had like insane powers where they could, predict things and fly. But they have a really hard time finding people.
Yeah.
Even Satan, if you remember, has to go to the guy's like station
and wait
and
for
ask for him. Yeah,
he's still pretending to be an Interpol agent at that point. Not sure why.
Right, but when he finds him, he's like, "I asked around," or he says something like, "I asked." Like, why not just show up? I guess. And there's a little bit of that.
He might have just done that, and he's just saying, "I asked around."
Yeah,
so it doesn't seem
true.
like he used demon powers to find him.
Yeah. They're oddly limited. I still don't understand when she's having she has multiple. Oh, I guess she has a theology, like you said, theology major, because she's got Derek the demon expert, and then she has her weird priest friend.
Yeah, who gets possessed.
Yeah, and I guess I'm wondering, why did he get possessed? Because
the same reason everybody else gets, but it's just it's totally random.
The demon sees them in the restaurant, and she's got
the
book in her hand.
Right, and she's sitting there with the book, and for some reason, he waits for the guy to go to the bathroom, ambushes him, and then possesses his body. Yeah. It's like, why not just walk in and take the book, man? You're a fucking demon.
Imagine if the Terminator saw Sarah Connor and went to go disguise himself as Sarah Connor's friend instead of just walking in and killing her. Because the demon doesn't care what happens to him. He slaps the fucking heart on. He goes to the police immediately after that scene.
Mm-hmm.
Also, why does he do that?
To talk to John Satan.
All right.
It's the first time they interact in the movie.
I don't get why he just turns himself in. He leaves that restaurant, and I guess he goes straight to the cops after that. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
He knows John Satan's working with the cops.
Apparently.
Okay. But yeah, he doesn't just take the book from that lady. Because later, when he's in Satan's house, he's like, "Give me the book," and she's like, "No," and Satan's like, "He can't touch you in here." And it's like, yeah, but he could have touched you at that fucking restaurant. And probably should have.
And or when he's sprinting down the street towards her while she's getting in a taxi.
Yeah.
Well, he's possessing Hellraiser. Did you notice that?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
That's Hellraiser?
Uh-huh.
That's very funny. That's from... So when he throws up a bat, they're in a room with cops, and Satan knows that he has to possess someone else, right?
Yes.
Why isn't Satan like, okay, nobody move?
I don't know.
Like, okay, he's in one of us right now.
Everybody cover your mouths.
Yeah, because everybody disperses after that, and then they're like,
well, there's one guy that immediately turns around and leaves, and it's like, why doesn't Satan just be like, it's that guy? Like he's gone into the bat flew
Satan's
into that
just like,
guy.
Nope,
Stop him! Stop him!
Yeah, stop him. That is the demon, because he knows what's happening.
Yeah,
and that's Hellraiser, who then shoots a man.
Yes, shoots a man and throws him off of like a fifth floor balcony. It's pretty great.
Yeah, but Satan. I mean, I'm a little disappointed in Satan.
Yeah,
he's not very good at this. And he's dealing with demon shit.
Right.
It's not like he's trying. He's not.
He's weird. He's weirdly hands off.
Yeah, it's not. Well, yeah, it's not like he's trying to work a computer. He knows demon stuff. Mm-hmm. Also, you know who else is hands off? Fucking weird hologram angel.
Yeah. Well, apparently that's the same.
Simon the Smoke Angel.
It's Simon the same, who's the same character as what the hell is his name? Eric Stoltz in the first movie. So apparently he's like, he's kind of dead, but like in spirit form. I don't know.
That's okay. That's fine. But here's the thing. Mm-hmm. So throughout this movie, Simon is the one who the lady thinks she's maybe hallucinating, and he's giving her like clues and like tips. Mm-hmm. But he is not like. There's a part where she's talking to Derek, her demon expert.
Sure.
And she's idly drawing and doesn't realize it. And what she's drawing is a picture of the Satan's
house, of the haunted house. Yeah.
Where so the angel makes her do that.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because she's surprised by it.
He could have just given her an address.
Exactly. She has to show the picture to people and go, do you know where this is? And his only advice to her is after she draws it, he goes, look down. And it's like, she'll probably look down, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't like, it would be way more useful for her to have written down an address, or like him to just say, hey, you need to go here. Here's where it is. And I don't understand why people don't know the things they don't know, but know the other things. Because, like, Simon, if he made her draw that house, there's no way he didn't know where it is, what's going to happen, why she needs to go there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's all accurate.
Okay. So, yeah, I feel like we're now in the realm of, like, what are demons? And I don't have an answer. And I'm very excited for the next movie to have to figure out what Satan's powers are. Satan's inconsistent ass powers. Because the motherfucker bursts into birds at the end. And I feel like that probably could have helped him out too.
He does that in every time he appears in the movies.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But like,
don't know what that means.
Yeah.
But there it is.
Why do you tell that guy to cut his finger off?
I don't know. That was unclear.
Is it just because he's Satan?
Maybe. But why do that? I don't know.
I have general questions. Like, what the hell was that guy banging the board all about?
He's playing a dope-ass song, man.
Is he? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it's pretty chill.
I think that's my only other question.
Yeah, I think you covered it all.
Yeah, it's here. Okay.
I don't think I marked anything else that you didn't already say.
Well, this was what I think is, because I was wondering, like, going into this movie, I was like, are we just going to have the same angel questions?
No, luckily we have different ones.
Yeah, about demons. I'm really happy they switched it up to demons. Mm-hmm. Because now I have all sorts of questions about how demons work, and I am confused. So, like, going forward,
confounded.
Yeah, going forward, I want to know how the devil gets around. I'm really curious to know about how Satan knows, like, because here's my other, like, maybe him knowing when that the phone will ring and the junkie will die. Does he say he would overdose? Yeah, he does say overdose.
Yes, he says he's going to die of an overdose in 3 hours.
That kills my theory, because I was thinking like, oh, does Satan, can he feel like the cell signal? And like maybe the junkie, he can like sense like cancer in him. But it sounds like an overdose, he'd have to see the future.
Yeah.
So Satan can see the future, but maybe there's like a window. It's only like 3 hours.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe he just knows people's mortality. I don't know.
Right. Okay, I have a final question. Mm-hmm. So the book of Revelations.
Revelation. Go ahead.
Sure. Whatever, man. Mm-hmm. Whatever.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you can be wrong if you want to. Yeah,
I can be like.
You can be confidently wrong.
Exactly. Thank you. It says it's about Satan, right?
I don't know what it's about. It's about like the
4 horsemen,
the end of the world,
moon
and like
became as
the rapture,
black as sandcloth of hair, and the sun does, and the moon became as blood.
The moon became as blood. Yeah.
Stars of heaven fell like a fucking fig tree or whatever, and it's just it's about. I thought it was about the holy war. Someone can correct us.
No, I think it's about the end time when the Lord reappears and judges everyone. Like, it's about the end of the world.
All right, is Satan involved?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I'm gonna Google this. Is Satan?
I don't think he's actually. I don't think he's actually in the Bible that much.
Yeah. All right. Book of Revelation represents Satan as the supernatural ruler of the Roman Empire and the ultimate cause of all evil in the world. Yeah, it sounds like Satan's in there.
Okay.
I don't know if it says what Satan will do.
I don't think he does anything.
Let's see.
I'm pretty sure it's just, like when you go to church and they're
but
like
the Antichrist
he'll come
and all
again
that.
to judge living and the dead. Is the Antichrist in the Bible? I don't know if he is.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about religion. I don't know anything about Christianity.
I'm like literally on the Wikipedia for the end of the world here. Yep. Satan is bound with a chain and hurled into the abyss. Abyss has a link. I wonder if it's the movie.
I hope so.
Where he is imprisoned for 1,000 years.
He's hurled into a tank with Ed Harris.
He's set free and gathers armies to wage war, but is defeated with fire from heaven. Just with fire. And cast into the lake of fire.
Pretty dope.
Some Christians associate him with 666, blah, 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 blah. The reason I ask is, like, if he's in the book, doesn't he also know how it'll end? Like,
no, because the Bible is specifically the Word of God, right?
So the Bible is just God's, like, how God's like, this is how I want it to go down.
I think yeah, right? Like, isn't the Bible like God like dictating shit? Like, isn't it like it's all like God's ghostwriters?
Yeah, I don't think. I think he's just. It's to Alan Rickman. He's dictating to Alan Rickman from Dogma.
Yes.
I believe, like that's how the Bible was written. Is
he spoke to Alan Rickman,
who then spoke to, I don't know, whoever, some guy, Gary.
Yeah.
Gary, the Bible writer.
Gary Bible.
Yeah, and so like I guess I'm trying to figure out, and I'm trying to figure out in the lore of the prophecy, what the Bible in Revelations is to the devil. And to the angels, because is it just the God just releasing like, here's what I think is going to go down, or here's my plans, and that doesn't make it so, right?
I don't know, man.
They seem just as bound by the word of God, but Satan rebelled against God.
Yes.
So why are they bound by the word? Why is Satan like?
Because
I guess Satan isn't interested in the book though. In this,
well, he says the book repulses him,
right? And maybe he
doesn't want it.
He doesn't care about it.
No, I think that's probably consistent. I don't know, but I mean, I guess like what God says goes, because in this mythology, he's the creator. Like, he's the one that has the ultimate power. He's the one that shapes the universe. Although he's not doing shit right now. I don't know where the fuck he's been. Okay, these angels running around ripping people's hearts out. He doesn't have anything to say about it.
I know you're not an expert. But let's break this down into Last Action Hero rules.
Okay.
So Satan is what's his name? Charles Dance.
Okay.
Right? The bad guy. And
why?
And Jesus is Arnold Schwarzenegger. And the screenwriter is God.
Wait. Jesus is Arnold Schwarzenegger or Jack Slater?
That's
an important distinction.
Jack Slater. Wait, no. Oh, fuck.
See, I don't think this is the right movie.
My point is that it feels like Last Action Hero rules, where God is like the writer, and so if they got a hold of the screenplay, they'd be able to know what the other one is up to.
Oh, sure. Yeah, maybe.
And is that what it is? Is it like Satan's not interested in it because God knows what Satan's up to? It's in the screenplay.
I think it's
the Book of Revelation.
I think so. I think it's because the lexicon / the Bible is the Word of God, and that is the most powerful thing in the universe in this mythology.
Sure.
And so, like, as the sister's leaving with the book in the end, like, John Satan says to her, "That book is a weapon. Hang on to it."
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Why doesn't John Satan want it?
Because he doesn't want it.
I assume he either doesn't think it's set in stone, or he's like,
I think that's
I'm in it and I know how it's going to end. I'm not interested.
I think it could be both. I don't know. It's because his whole thing is he's against he's rebelling against the idea of everything God is saying, and like servitude and being beneath. Mm-hmm. Like his was a war of pride. So I guess it's like I don't give a shit what that book says. It doesn't say what's going to happen to me. I decide what's going to happen to me.
Okay. So it's not that they're like God and Satan are just like LARPing out God's writings.
I don't know. We've gotten so far afield, man. We're talking about the Bible now. I don't know.
Okay. All right,
I couldn't
Tom,
tell you
in the Mandalorian
10 words from the Bible.
All right, Mandalorian is like
okay.
Is like the rebels God and the Empire Satan, and then Mando is like Christopher Walken.
No. No.
I think we're all done here.
Yeah. Because in that analogy, Mando,
who's Baby Yoda then?
Well, I don't know. In that analogy,
Jesus?
Mando would be trying to kill all the rebels so that the Empire would be united again. And that's not what Mando's trying to do.
Right.
You keep picking the worst things to try to make an analogy out of this.
You understand why I gravitated to the Last Action Hero, right?
Yes, because there's a meta concept to it.
Yes, it's like a weird meta thing.
Yeah.
Where God's word is apparently what will happen. But that means God is psychic. Is God psychic? Is that the idea? But then so is Satan.
Probably.
In this. But Satan also seems psychic in this.
To
I don't
a degree,
know.
I guess.
I don't know why anybody wants to read this thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Well, maybe the next one will clear it up. Probably, right?
I hope so. Yeah. No. Apparently, they filmed them both at the same time.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like
a real Back to the Future 2 and 3 situation.
Yeah.
They're like a real Lord of the Rings.
Or Pirates of the Caribbean.
Sure. Yeah.
It's the Prophecy Forsaken is the next one.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe he'll show up. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like more Satan's evil angels are going after. Identity of the Antichrist is going to show up. Also, a hitman who has a change of heart.
Sure.
Oh, no.
Fucking sure.
And Jason Scott Lee is there.
Oh, okay.
I think he's the hitman, but I'm not certain. you know what? Thanks for listening, everyone. Oh, Tom.
Yes.
Tony Todd's in it.
Oh,
Tony Todd's
shit.
In it. We got it back. We got our
We got it back. We got it back. We got it back.
Oh, yes. So excited. Okay. Hey, thanks to Bobgrenville. Right?
Yeah, sure. We can thank Bobgrenville.
Without Bob, none of this would have happened. Thanks for people for listening to this debacle. If you're interested, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's where Bob produced this podcast through. Mm-hmm. But we also have exclusive podcasts like Tom and Jeff Watch Batman and Fox Mulder is a Maniac. We watch movies with our patrons every Friday night. There's all sorts of goodies to check out, so you should go to that website.
Yeah, do that. We also have a store, tpublic.com/stores/gamefullyunemployed. We get t-shirts, masks, mugs, stickers, all kinds of things. We have a couple new designs. We're going to be putting in more, I think, probably this month.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in time for the holidays. So check that December. Shit out.
Also, you know what? Don't tweet at us about Bible stuff.
No, please don't.
Just
please
let us
do that.
Just let us drown in this. You don't have to throw a branch out for us to grab onto. Just watch it. Just watch it all come crashing down. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
We deserve this.
Let us all get crushed under the weight of our ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
Please.
Fuck it. Please. We beg of you.
We implore you.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.